Okay guys, yesterday Bandai Namco announced a new My Hero Academia which is called All's Justice. The game is sequel to One Justice series 1 and 2, which were announced back in 2018 for the One's Justice 1 and for the sequel 2020. So it's been a while, about 5 years since we got new My Hero Academia game. The latest My Hero Academia game is called Ultra Rumble and it's a battle royale type of gameplay, basically similarly like Fortnite. That being said, we have official information about this game, like new characters, new mechanics, and other small stuff. So let's get started. Okay, let's start with the new characters because they have revealed that all students from class 1A will be playable characters. And these characters are Mashiro Ojiro, Koji Koda, Rikido Sato, Mezo Shoji, Hanta Sero, and Toru Hagakure. So these characters are completely new because we haven't seen them. Obviously Deku, Shoto, Bakugo, All Might, All for One, Tomura will have a different variation with different moveset, which technically is considering a new playable character because they have new moveset, new ultimate, everything is basically new. The only question I have right now is about Bakugo. I don't know if he will be like a completely new character because his triangle and circle skills are basically the same exact like in One's Justice 2 and 1. So maybe he will have like a mix of old moveset and new moveset. Okay, now let's talk about the new mechanic in this game. The first new mechanic is that you will able to switch between your support characters. And that's an amazing news. Now you will able to come up with different combos with different characters. It opens a lot of possibilities. Now you are not stuck with one character like in the previous games. And judging by this clip, the switch between characters are really seamless and it works really well. Like Deku was fighting against Tomura, then it switches to Bakugo, and after it switches to Shoto, and they created a really amazing combo in my opinion. For years I was asking for this mechanic, switch mechanic, like in One Justice 2. I was really upset they didn't implement the switch, even though like Storm and Jump Force did it way before then, but they decided to do 1 versus 1. Now it's like 3 versus 3. It looks and feels amazing, at least by this small clip. Also, it's me or I think the gameplay feels less floaty and more fluent in my opinion. Now for the second new mechanic. This mechanic is called a rising system and we have a small description, which I will quote. We have implemented a new rising system enables to unleash the full potential of your characters, significantly boosting their power. More information about the battle system will be revealed soon, so keep an eye out. At first I didn't understand what they mean by this, but after I rewatched the trailer a couple of times and reread the same sentence over and over, and I was like, probably this feature is like an awakening for Storm games, for Bleach, and maybe the Surge animation and Surge mode for Demon Slayer. And I will explain why I think that way. One of the best example I can give you right now is about Tomura. So basically, when Bakugo was fighting against Tomura, Tomura was in his slim form. He was not covered with the fingers, with the hands, so he was fighting against like cape version of Tomura. But when the Deku arrived, Tomura was fully changed. Like he was covered with the fingers, with the hands. He was much bigger than previous version of Tomura. So I think instead of being two different separate characters, this is the new feature that they have mentioned in their description of the game. This is the rising mechanic, or you also can call it an awakening. Okay guys, a small update about Tomura. So I said that Tomura will have one version, but now I think it's possible two versions of Tomura in one game. One is skinny version and one is hand version, like bigger one. And why I changed my mind, it's because of this clip. So when Deku was fighting against this Tomura, the skinny version, in this clip, you can see nothing changes. He's normal. But in the second clip, Deku is using the rising mode, the awakening, and he has this bluish aura surrounding him. So I'm guessing when you use the rising, the awakening, you will have this aura around you. But if you don't have it, that means you are not in the awakening state. Or maybe, perhaps, it only applies this aura to Deku, but for other characters they will not glow. I don't know, like it's only we have one trailer and it's really hard me to judge based on this. So I'm guessing like maybe it's actually for Deku and Tomura will have only one version. I don't know, honestly. I'm really confused. I don't know what to say anymore. It's complicated for now. Same can be said about Shoto. What I mean by that? So basically, if you choose the new version of Shoto, he will not use his new move. But if you use the Rising, aka Awakening, you will able to unleash his full potential. By activating the Phosphor mode, he will glow with like fire and ice and he will become much stronger. Also, I'm really confident this is the way how it will work, the Rising mechanic, is because in the small clip when the Shoto was fighting against Tomura, we see Shoto he's in normal mode. He's not activated his special move. But when he was fighting against Dabi in the screenshot, we see he activated this new move and we see like red and blue flames basically. So I'm guessing this is his Rising mode / Awakening. Which also means that other characters will have some kind of new abilities as well while being in the Rising / Awakening mode. For example, Girishima. In the previous game, he couldn't activate his Unbreakable mode, but in this trailer, you can see that he is using this ability. Which tells us that Rising system is basically the Awakening. He is in the normal form. After using the Rising, you will unleash his true potential and he will be in Unbreakable mode. I think this is the smart thing to implement because other characters actually didn't do that much at the end of the final arc. For example, like Tsuyu Asui, like she doesn't do anything. But because of this new Rising mechanic, they can give her like few new moveset and some new Quirks skills. And the same can be said about Ochako Uraraka, Himiko Toga, Denya Ida, and so on. In conclusion, we will get so far 10 plus new characters, new switch mechanic, and the Rising / Awakening system mechanic. Also, this game will not be available for older game system, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, so it will be available only for current gen consoles. At the end, I wanna say a few words about the trailer. In my opinion, it's really good trailer. They showcase new characters, they tease us new mechanics, and obviously the cutscenes are looking much better than before. I don't know if it will be fully 3D animated, like Storm connections for original story mode and Bleach Rebirth of Souls or maybe Demon Slayer, I don't know actually. But if they will do, it will be absolute amazing. In comparison, like once Justice 1 and 2, they also had 3D cutscenes, but they were few, but they were good looking, I'm not gonna lie. Especially the second one, the quality improved so much, the animations were fluid, everything was great. But only for 4 minutes, that's not enough. Hopefully it's not the case for this game. If it is, so basically that means they will only animate the most important part of the game and other stuff will be once again slideshow. Hopefully it's not, but I will keep my expectations low. Besides, they are working very closely with the animation team, maybe because they want to use the like slideshows from the anime in order to make this game. And that's all the new information I have right now for you guys. Let me know what you think about these new mechanics. Are you excited or not? And like always, if you enjoyed watching this video, please make sure to like, share with your friends and subscribe. Thank you for watching and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.